October, right? It feels like October.
A chill in the air.
In the middle of June, right? Our playoffs are lovely. Our opening day in late November, a little chilly. I'll be honest with you, but
very chilly.
Thanks for joining us here on the Eternal Baseball Podcast. If you're a diehard, welcome back. If you're brand new, good to have you.
Man.
It doesn't
Gino,
get more,
Rob, Lester, welcome.
Right? It doesn't get more diehard. Lester's with us as usual. James was with us. Good to see
James.
Rob Irizarry, who is the fill-in host, the ace out of our bullpen, and more on that later. But, I mean, the man of the hour is Tiger fan number one, Tino Grappi, who's going to help us out, I'm sure, with the Detroit lineups, because that is what we got going on tonight. We got two ALDS Game 5s. So Game 5 is, win or go home. So it's the upstart A's who were under 500 but ended the season real hot. They've pushed Detroit to a Game 5 from Comerica Park. So it'll be A's at Tigers, and then second half of our double dip, it's Red Sox, Yankees. To be fair, I put a Red Sox jersey up there, and I got my Jeter cup. So,
oh wow,
yeah, very nice.
Is that a Sport Flick cup? That's amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't work on. But here's
like Bush Senior in that supermarket, like before the '92 elections. Like, what is this magic?
Here's how you prove it.
Oh man, yeah, no joke.
Totally.
Careful though, man. That's no longer mint.
Right, I know. Who knew that we were messing up our sport?
That's your kid's college education right there.
Yeah. I wish. But so doubleheader tonight. We're going to move quick because we try to keep these shows about an hour, and there are angry Yankee and angry Red Sox fans waiting for the nightcap. Angry because Boston won the first two games in Yankee Stadium, then New York won the next two in Fenway. So they go back to the Bronx for Game 5 tonight. The cool thing about this is it's four aces. Aces wild tonight. So it's Lefty Grove against Justin Verlander, fully rested, and Roger Clemens versus Spud Chandler. And Spud Chandler, but trust me, the numbers bear it out, and the season he had make him the Yankees ace. So that's what we're going to see tonight. One thing to throw out there, we'd like to thank the National League Division Series for wrapping up pretty damn fast. So the Cubs, who were the best team in the National League, swept the Dodgers 3 games and done. Wow. They move on. And then the Cardinals, who didn't win their division but had the second best record, took care of the NL East champion Philadelphia Phillies 3-1. And that means St. Louis will go to Chicago for the NLCS. That starts on Tuesday, and that's as good as it gets for blood rivalry in the National League. I'll give you Giants-Dodgers maybe, but with a trip to the Eternal Series on the line, that's a really good series. So not that chalk is always fun, but those two teams were the cream of the National League, so it's going to be fun to watch them lock horns. Rob, that's a good point. He was the most valuable player of the guys that didn't go off to war. So I'll give him that. But and Rob's got to.
He's the only guy that couldn't fly a bomber.
Right. We talked on Tuesday on the What's on Joe Mind podcast, and the Yanks were down 0-2 and looking like they were scuffling a bit. But here we are, Game 5. But that's for later on. Right now, I'll warn you. Sometimes I hit play and it goes, "Oh, the dates are messed up." So let's see. Oh, I got to share the screen. Sorry. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. This guy with audio. Share it. Okay, so it did what I thought it was going to do, and I don't know why it does that, but we have to go in here like this and go, oh, we'll do it on June 3rd. No, we'll actually do it on June 2nd. And that appeases the baseball gods somehow. And now when you click play,
I could burn some sage over here too if you want.
Right? You can do some incense. Here's the Yanks are hot today. Hot in real baseball. Good to see. Well, I would say real baseball. I'd say Major League Baseball. And just a side note before we get going. Really excited this week about the announcement about the Negro League statistics officially becoming mixed in with the Major League statistics. I thought that was fantastic. And boy, a lot of angry people came out of the woodwork on Facebook and Twitter about that. But those were the ones I saw were like, well, they only played 60 games a year. Yeah, not by choice. And if you think the Negro Leagues, the talent level was somehow inferior to the major leagues, when they barnstormed, when Negro League teams played major league teams, Negro League teams won more than they lost. So dig it. It's a good day for baseball. So I was really happy about that. And I was really happy when they started throwing out names, right? When they were like, now finally the luminaries of the Negro Leagues. And it was all guys I knew from Eternal Baseball, really. Because before I started, I knew Josh Gibson, I knew Satchel Paige, I probably knew Oscar Charleston. But when they start throwing out Willie Wells or Martin Dihigo and Mule Suttles, who's been an absolute beast 4 straight years in Eternal Baseball. I like it when they mention names that their stats have borne out their amazing ability for 4 seasons here. So
you may be like in the top percentile of baseball historians when it comes to Negro League knowledge, man. Like you may be like you may be getting interviews soon. Who knows?
Right. Who knows, right? And but I didn't know much before we started. I consider myself a pretty, a good baseball fan with a good lock on baseball history. But I learned a lot when we were doing the stat research for Eternal Baseball. So I'm happy to see those absolute Negro League stars getting some of them getting their first huge introduction to the modern baseball fan, and some of them just getting, revered in the way they should, like Josh Gibson, who was
more broadly to the general public.
Right? Yeah. So here we go. We're doing A's Tigers. Let's load this up. Right now it's we're controlling both teams. Okay, so the pitchers are easy. It's the 2 stars. It's Lefty Grove, who is ironically left-handed. And out here it's Justin Verlander, who's right-handed, but doesn't let him slow it down. So, Tino, I'm talking to you. Any other Tiger fans out there who also want to chime in here? So we're facing lefties. So this is regular season numbers, Tigers versus left-handers, sorted by OPS. And the way they usually look, Harry Heilman had their best year. He plays right field. Hank Greenberg usually leads off, primarily known as a first baseman, but he's also a slightly below average left fielder, which is important, because the Tigers have like 5 first basemen you could play. So putting him in left helps, even though his defense is a little subpar. Rudy York hits like an elephant and can't, well, I guess he can play first. He's a bad third baseman and a horrible catcher. So you have options with him, depending on how much you want him to hurt you.
I just want King Kelly to get his ring this year.
Yeah, come on.
Speaking of
okay, so
play every position.
To split up all these righties, we usually put Norm Cash. Just on reputation, I'm going to make Cash the first baseman. York the DH. It's Miguel Cabrera playing a terrible third base, but this is in his prime Miguel Cabrera. He can play a bad third base for my team anytime. It's Bill Freehan catching, and then Alan Trammell is short, and then Ty Cobb in center, and then second base is a problem for them. So it's, I guess it's hang on, it's Gehringer or Gehringer. I don't know. Someone help me with that. He's a much better hitter than Whitaker, and by much better I mean 515 to 463. Slightly worse defender, but I think he's the guy. The only question here is, do you flop Cobb and Gehringer to have Cobb hit 9th and be sort of second leadoff, steal bases in front of the top of the order? So we won't wait long. But Tino, if you got an option on that, because you are a Ty Cobb fan number 1, let us know, and I'm willing to make this flop for you. But if not, forever hold your peace, right? We'll see.
I can't believe they make Sports Flick.
Right?
That's amazing. Right there. Truly a wonderful era.
This was actually from Yankee Stadium in Jeter's last season. And my son and I both had drinks. And so we were done. And right when the game ended, there were a couple guys just running through the stands, collecting every used cup they could. Which I get it, but it's kind of gross, right? And a guy ran right in front of us and reached over and grabbed my son's cup because it was empty. Mine still had a drink. Or maybe it was in my hand. I'm like, hey! Whoa! Put it back, man. And then I'm like, Derek, we're going to have to wash that out. That guy's hands were and they were in don't feel special. They were in about 300 other cups, too. So, all right. We got our answer.
That's funny.
I was going second, ninth. We got our approval from Tiger fan number 1. And now we get over here to the A's. And this is their batting order versus right.
Yeah, joke's on us. That guy's living in Miami right now in some palatial mansion from eBay and all those.
Right. Or it's made of Sport Flick Junior cups. Either way.
It's like stripped them. Yep. It's like there's like platinum in there or something.
It's hard to wallpaper when you unroll them, though. They don't go flat, right? So Jason Giambi has been their best hitter all year. He DHs usually. And to get some lefties in there, that puts Mickey Cochran second. Ricky, the big question for an Oakland lineup is whether Reggie or Ricky plays. And against lefties, it's always Ricky. Against righties, it's usually Reggie. So that means Ricky isn't leading off, but God, what a pinch runner. It puts Jimmy Dykes in at second base. Jimmy Fox in.
It just feels like every time I read Jimmy Fox's name, it just feels like a pseudonym, like a pen name or.
Yeah. Feels like a pro wrestler to me.
Right? Yes, right.
Fox. And given the size of his arms, not a bad call.
There you go.
Canseco can actually play left, which is important because you need Al Simmons plays center, and Reggie Jackson plays right. Sun Devil, by the way.
It's a pretty good squad.
Sorry, really is, right? And then Miguel Tejada's your shortstop. Tejada's hitting 8th in his prime. You're doing all right. And then it's third base. And his numbers were rotten this year, but the defense always plays. So that's Matt Chapman with a 10 rating at third base. So looking good. It's time for baseball. Let's go.
Pitching for Detroit, number 35, Justin Verlander. Leading off for Oakland.
Not too bad.
Baseman, Jimmy Dykes.
All right, let's get the heads a little bigger here. And we're giving control of Oakland to the computer. Again, we will swap over to Oakland if there's a massive pitching swap that needs to be made or a pinch hitting opportunity they're missing. We want this to be the most realistic sim possible, but we are controlling the Tigers. So Jimmy Dykes is a good bunter, but I don't know about that he'll lead off with it. Let's see. Nah. Look at Cabrera flashing the leather. Tiger fans go wild.
There's always that split second where you're waiting for the ball to turn red there.
Yep. And Mickey Cochran actually had a lot of years in Detroit. There were Tiger fans who were really mad that he got allocated to Oakland, to the Athletics, because he played more of his career in Philadelphia.
Did they figure out the stadium? Oh, Gehringer. Did they figure out the stadium for the A's yet? I haven't been following closely.
No news yet. Last we heard is about them playing in Sacramento for 3 years on the off days of the minor league team there. And I'm like, there's no way the Players Association is going to let that happen, right?
They're just going to, you think they'll just re-up for a year or two at the Coliseum at a really exorbitant rate?
I mean, if they're going to go, if you're Oakland, you got to twist that knife, right?
Yeah.
Or they could, crawl their way to the Giants and be like, "Hey guys," but the Giants don't want a tenant. Right?
Be like the Chargers all over again, right?
Right. All right. So Cochran on first. Here's Jimmy Fox.
Ball 4.
Walking.
Take your base.
Verlander.
I'm telling you.
Designated hitter, Jason
Gino especially, or any fan out there, if you start thinking we need to warm a guy up, let us know. Everybody, all hands on deck in a game 5, right? So here's Jason Giambi with a tapper. Charlie's on it, over to Trammell, back to Cash. Man, I wish Don Money was on this team so you could have Cash and Money on the corner.
For Detroit, left fielder, number 5, Hank Greenberg.
Let's see it. He got a lot of that, but not enough. Jose caught it with his glove.
Number 4, Rudy York.
Here's Rudy York. who looks like Curly from the Three Stooges to me, right?
A little bit, yeah. Huh.
Could you imagine if he hit one out, circled the bases in a timely fashion, and then did the Curly shuffle on home plate? Whoop, 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 whoop. Love it. Jimmy Dykes is all over that. Dykes is normally a third baseman or a shortstop, but Bob Johnson, their regular second baseman, which is a stretch. Bob Johnson played like 2,000 games in the outfield and 48 at second base, but he qualifies. So here's Norm Cash, who famously once brought a real table leg to the plate to hit against Nolan Ryan and cracked up the ump. It was pretty good.
Canseco.
And in game 1 of the 1968 World Series, Bob Gibson struck out 18 Tigers. And when the reporters were led into the locker room, Norm Cash came up to him shirtless, holding his bat over his head, saying, "Hey, boys, you want to see the bat that set the record?" Well played, Norm Cash. Here's Jose with that clean single to left.
Center fielder.
Oh man, we gotta watch him.
Yeah, he can go. Remember, he was the first 40-40, right?
Yeah. He had some wheels.
Not on our watch. I don't know what just happened. Oh, he got picked off, I think. Yep, he was going.
Oh,
so
man.
The throw to first was behind him, and then the throw to second got him.
Nice.
So there you go, Jose Canseco. Like they always say, don't think. It can only hurt the club. Here's Al Simmons, who's incredible.
Right fielder, number 44, Reggie Jackson.
Look at those glasses, right? Come on.
Yeah, Al Kaline had a poor year, right?
Had a terrible year. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, Kaline had a rotten year and ended up not even making their active roster by the end of it. And the funny thing is, the year before, it was Charlie Gehringer was so bad that he wasn't even active for them. So it does happen from time to time. Like we've been over a bunch, but every player's peak stats take about a 20% hit given the level of competition. So hitters and pitchers are usually not quite as good as you'd expect, because that's what happens when the best hitters of all time face the best pitchers of all time. But every player, their numbers are manipulated before the season anywhere between up and down 30%. And that's random and can't be viewed or altered by anybody. So once in a while, or more often than you'd think, you can see a guy and you're like, how is Ted Williams hitting 294, right? Seems like an absolute joke. Sometimes it's that restrictor you can see on him, and hardly anybody got hit worse than Kaline this year.
A lot of marital discord on their
Yeah.
small plot of land in the Iowa cornfields.
That's it, right? So here's Reggie Jackson. Harry Holman's all over that. Will he get there? No. So 0-2 to Reggie. He sits down.
Right fielder.
Imagine that.
Harry Heilman.
This game is as authentic as a Reggie Jackson strikeout. Here is Harry Heilman, Detroit's best hitter. But Jimmy Dykes is all over it.
Third baseman,
That'd
number
be a quick one.
Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, so far. Sitting down.
Catcher, Bill Freehan.
Freehan might be the most popular
Shortstop,
Tiger ever.
Miguel
As a Michigan
Tejada.
kid who I believe graduated Michigan, caught for the Tigers, won a World Series with the Tigers, then became the Michigan coach. Like, if he could somehow quarterback the Lions.
Just take the governorship.
Yeah, he's just looking to quarterback the Lions to a Super Bowl, and he'll have it all. Trammell takes care of Tejada.
Third baseman, number 26, Matt Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman had a terrible year, but that glove play.
Strike three.
Sitting
You're
down.
out.
Here's Jimmy Dykes.
Strike three.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Shortstop,
So far,
Alan
yeah,
Trammell.
this is one that I wish we could find a way, because Mark Fidrich is exactly the kind of luminary that should be in Eternal Baseball. But because we take best 3 consecutive years and combine them to make their baseline stats, Fidrich was injured so much that it's almost impossible to get them together. Like he would have, I think on his best 3 seasons average, he'd be available for like 12 or 14 games. So it just doesn't quite work for the Bird, but we got to find a way to get. I want to do sometime. I want to put together like Snoopy's gang as a team, so maybe we can put together, guys who should have played the King Kelly All Stars against, the Cleveland Indians from the Major League movie or something. Got it. We'll find a way to do something cool like that. All right, here's Trammell, who's a fantastic bunter leading off, but Cochran is a fantastic catcher. So I'm not, unless it's Ty Cobb who bunted for a hit as often as he swung for a hit. I'm not feeling it too much today. Here's Alan Trammell, and that's why.
There we go. Where we're at.
Second baseman
58.
Charlie Gehringer.
Yeah. Here's Charlie Gehringer. Oh, they picked Trammell off. First hit of the day for the Tigers. Sleeping at first. Right before Charlie pops it up.
Center fielder Ty Cobb.
All right, Tino, if you're with us, 2 down. Hitting 9th, Ty Cobb. Am I swinging away or bunting here? See that bit where it says bunt 10?
I think you bunt here, don't you think?
I mean,
then try to steal second, just get him in scoring position.
Dude, I am leaning towards it, but Tino has had a legitimate gripe about Ty Cobb's performance in Eternal Baseball for 4 years. So if Tino says swing, that's what we're doing. He's sitting down. Not my fault. I didn't do it. Not with 2 outs. Okay. That's absolutely reasonable. Here's Mickey Cochran. A little floater. Charlie's on that. Jimmy Fox with 2 X's.
Ball 4.
A 3rd X that he couldn't play in front of kids. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Here's Jason Giambi.
Ellis Island, whoever at Ellis Island just cut one of those off. He's like, man,
right.
We don't do that here.
When I was very, very young, working at Hasbro on the Transformers brand, we were coming up on the 30th anniversary of the Transformers, and they were going through a pitch of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to make it work. And I was sitting back with a PR guy, and I wrote the Transformers logo. I just doodled it out, and then under it, I put the 3 big X's in a row. And I like nudged him. I'm like, check it out. And he was like, yeah, no, no. Like, all right, we'll give it a shot. Jimmy Fox is likely not stealing, so we'll try to get Canseco at the plate. Sitting him down. Dueling 1-hitters so far. Not bad.
Yes, man.
As Hank Greenberg steps in. Looks like Greenberg was one of the first guys to wear his hat like gangsta style.
A little askew.
Yeah. Who knew? And Rudy York, I'm pretty sure, kept the silver sticker on his to show how authentic
Rudy York
he was, right? This is a good point. Cobb has not hit where he should for 4 years, but he has hit with more power than you'd expect because Cobb famously didn't like power hitters or the home run. He didn't feel that was quality hitting to hit it high and far instead of lash into it. So Cobb probably would have been furious with his 20 home runs this year. Like everyone who would hit one would be mad. Like
Cobb not circling the bases.
He would hit a home run,
just stay at first base,
run the bases, and then spike the catcher at home plate. He's shot. Here's Norm Cash. Check it out. Al Simmons. Oh, down the line, that's trouble. Hank Greenberg, I would say on his horse, but it looks more like a donkey. Throw the second or the short. Stand up double. Poor play by Miguel Cabrera. Apparently, Matt Chapman was like, I would have got that. And they're like, yeah, we know, Matt. You're only here for one reason, Matt. Got it? Here's Reggie Jackson. Nobody out. Runner on second. Sitting down. Miguel Tejada. Walking to bring up noodle swinging Matt Chapman.
Here we go. Big at bat.
Oh, I don't know if it was a wild pitch. Doesn't matter. Well, it didn't get far enough away. Nobody advanced. Oh, Chapman's sitting down. And now this is important because here's the top of the order coming up. You really want to get Jimmy Dykes. Sitting down.
Wow.
Got a good game. We're going fast. Maybe we'll play 3.
Let's go on to game 2.
Yep.
Or game 1 of the next series.
Yep, absolutely. Cubs and Cardinals. Bonus,
bonus baseball.
and the pitchers are like, yo, we're not ready, man. We're not supposed to play. Here's Harry Heilman.
Ooh.
I think Reggie's on that. Look at that Sun Devil run. Yeah. Former Sun Devil running back, Reggie Jack.
He's actually pretty good defensively here.
He was, yeah. And the arm plays. I think he was mainly cast as a kind of disinterested fielder, right? Not that the physical talent wasn't there. Here's Miggy. Gotcha. He got quite a bit.
Oh.
But Al Simmons on his horse. Hey, brings it. Bill Freehan, as they call him. Oh, this could be a collision. Oh.
I don't want to be Jimmy Fox.
I'd like to see Freehan hit Fox. That'd be good. Mickey Cochran with the who led the league in total ears this year.
Uh-oh.
He got a lot of that. Hey, he got a whole lot of that. Fair foul. It's gone.
Wow. So just inside the pole. Oppo.
Tiger turncoat. Mickey Cochran.
Man.
First blood. And it's 1-0 A's.
330. So that barely cleared.
Just barely out. Sometimes those numbers are wonky. Like a guy will hit one and they'll say 315 to dead center. And I'm like, it's 340 to dead center. But okay. Here's Jason Giambi. Not Jeremy Giambi. Different players. And Jose could say. Sitting down. So, but the first blade from Justin Verlander, and it's 1-0 A's as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Come on, Trammell.
Run, Trammell, run. Oh, Tino's got a good point. Pretty sure that was foul. That home run to left. I'm not arguing with you. It was close down that line. I guess that's why they have those big yellow poles, though. I always wondered what they were for. Here's Charlie Gehringer. A little too early to be pinch hitting. Run, Charlie.
Oh, wrong guy. Oh, he's there.
Did you get it?
Oh, challenge that.
Oh, we can challenge it. Of course we will. Safe at first.
Yes.
Take that back,
All right.
All right, so Gehringer is not much of a stretch to steal. 1 out, Ty Cobb up. Brilliant bunter. Let's ask his agent.
Yeah, do you want to bump for a hit here? What are we doing?
Tino, I can bunt for a hit. I can sacrifice. I can hit and run. We got lots of stuff on the table. But we will defer to you, good sir.
Yes.
As long as it's quick. We're not going to wait all night. Yeah, okay, that is not much of an answer. We will defer to you. Okay.
Dang it.
We're going to need a little more than that. But membership has its privileges. Not that other people can't.
All right, I like it, Tino. I like it.
We're bunting for a hit. Let's
do it. Oh, come on, Gehringer.
Because it's Ty Cobb, though, if we take a pitch here, I bet he'll be on second base in a heartbeat.
All right.
So my suggestion here, we'll take a pitch with Greenberg. They're thrown over anyway. 96, Brent.
Ooh, done. I'm making this decision for you, Tino. I'm sorry. I'm pulling rank here. It's after 4th inning, so
I wish we had a steal third button, right? Just keep going.
Yes, bro. Take the turn.
Off he goes. BB.
All right. Where are we at?
41.
Oh man. If this wasn't a playoff game.
Right. We're probably good.
All right.
So Hank Greenberg, up to you, my friend. Oh, we got a lot of that.
Oh,
Jose's not moving far, though.
Bummer. To the track.
That's right. They got 2, 3, 4 next inning. But here's Al Simmons. Justin Verlander's got about 24 pitches left. Just to note,
Man, he's been pitching well.
Yeah, it really has. Detroit's pen has 3 stars, right? Or 2 stars. John Hiller, their closer, fantastic. And he can throw 70 pitches because he was originally a starter. So he can pitch all night.
There you go.
And Willie Hernandez has been really good, too, as a setup guy. As a right-hander, I always tend to think Henneman's not bad. He was a little below league average, so maybe I'm exaggerating there. But between Hernandez and Hiller, we got 2 killer lefties in the pen, just so you know. But right now, Verlander's doing fine, and here comes Elson. A little poke shot to the right side. He's not stealing. Here's Reggie. Oh, boy.
Come on.
All right. So Tino, we're going to get one of your lefties ready. Normally, I'd go with the setup guy, but Hiller can pitch 70 pitches. So you can go to your closer right now if you want. It is game 5. He is your best reliever.
That seemed like a sound choice, actually.
Right? I think so. I think it's Hiller. Give it 5 seconds. 5, a 4, a 3.
Newhouser. I like
Newhouser
it.
will take longer, but okay.
I like it.
Deal. All right, here we go. So, man, nobody out, 2 men on. Here's Tejada.
Oh, man.
Heilman's on that, I think. Down line.
He's got it?
He totally got it. Throw to third, 29% chance to get Al Simmons at third. That's pretty good from the right field corner.
I think you try it. Or ask Tino what he wants to do.
Do or die game. All right, Tino. You got a lot of power here. Are we attempting this throw? Tejada may take second on the throw. Either way. But 29% is not bad for a throw from the right field corner.
And it might let you cut, right?
Sometimes it does. But you got to commit to the throw first. I wish we had Jeopardy music. Boy, we could get demonetized in a hurry.
There you go, right?
Tino, make it.
All right. I love it.
Yes. It's on its way.
Oh, he's got a chance. I think he's got him.
Oh, it gets away from
Miggy! Dang it!
And he scores!
Oh, no, Miggy! Was it Miggy's error or was it?
Error on Heilman. Bad throw. That's a tough one. We're gonna check the bullpen here. Verlander appears fine. Chapman sucks at everything at the plate, so I think we're okay here.
Okay.
So we will continue. We're certainly not putting Verlander on or putting Chapman on. Sitting him down instead. Now, Verlander's got to be on the edge of it. And Dykes is worse against right-handers, but we're only warming up lefties. So
I'd lean towards one more. He's got seven pitches, right?
7 pitches. Sometimes they start tiring before their max, though.
Okay.
But it is Jimmy Dykes. There ain't a ton of power there.
I'm happy to defer to Tino if you.
It is a Tino show. Verlander get one more batter, or is it Newhouser, or is it Hiller? 3 options here.
I could choose your own adventure,
right? I always save my spot with one finger when I went ahead because
one finger. I had like 6 digits in there.
If I die, I'm coming back. Okay, Tino says we're sticking with the junior varsity. I mean, with just Verlander, last batter, 2 down, and a tapper.
There we go.
Charlie the Cash, we're good. Oh. Tiger fans are like, get on with it, play the game. Hey, man, go rush the organist. I can't be mad at Verlander. 2 runs against the A's when the Tigers only have 2 hits, right?
Yeah.
So the problem so far has been the bats.
Yeah, next season we need to, instead of that tigers.com URL, we need to Photoshop our eternal baseball into left fields.
I'll make sure to pixelate it terribly so it fits in.
There you go. Yeah. Denny McLean on the organ. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he is. Oh, and James asking about pinch hitters. That's a good call. I don't think let's see. I don't think there's any Tigers that murder lefties that aren't already in. Oh, other than no, it's Whitaker murders righties. So you've got Granderson or Tettleton who could hit for Gehringer if we get there, if there's still a lefty in the game.
It's kind of slim pickings, huh?
Nothing here against lefties. If it gets to righties, though, look at this. Bat versus righties. Lou Whitaker had a hell of a season against right-handed pitching, which is the way you want to be if you have a split. So we'll see off the bench if a right-hander comes in. Right now, we got Rudy York.
Come on, Rudy.
Ooh, given that Lefty Grove's only thrown 78 pitches, and he's got 150 in the tank. So I'm betting it's Lefty Grove's game. Here's Norm Cash.
Ooh, that was a rope. Get out.
Oh, it's gone. Look at that. Cash is money, and it's 2-1. I should have done that like Horatio from CSI Miami. And cash is money. Yeah.
You don't have your glasses on your desk anymore, huh?
I've always got my glasses on my desk. Yeah.
There you go, dude.
I can't see anything. Look at that shine, though. All right, one batter with the rally glasses on. Man, it's actually hard to see the screen. Okay, Harry Heilman, get him. And these things are garbage. They don't work at all. Like those X-ray specs from the Spider-Man comics. So with 2 down, it's Miguel Cabrera with a tapper to Miguel Tejada, and it's done out of the inning. Okay, so it's Newhouser or Hiller. Tino, it's your call, man. Your world, you're managing. Sparky Groppy.
Sparky.
Are we going with John Hiller, the closer with the deep gas tank?
All right, Hiller it is.
Do you want Newhouser to keep warming up? Because his available pitches will creep down, or are we sitting him down? Let me know as we get Mr. Hiller in the game.
Pitching for Detroit, number 18, John Hiller.
Okay, so he gets lefty Mickey Cochran, who drew first blood. Now righty Jimmy Fox. All right, he wants us to sit Newhouser. We can do that. Jimmy Fox sitting down.
Man, here we go.
Yeah, he's a big.
Wait, it was a 70-pitch count. We should have started him.
Right? He is underrated. A hell of a closer. And I think because he was around before closer was a thing, right? He doesn't get the credit he deserves. But, man, if he pitched today, And Giambi with a light little tap out. And we're through.
All right, 2 more chances here. Let's do this.
Bottom of the 8th, yeah. So it's Freehan, Trammell, and then assuredly. Oh, no. I forgot that Whitaker's good against righties, not lefties. So Bill.
Don't. Oh, there we go.
Getting the walk.
Trammell,
maybe. And Trammell is an incredible bunter. So options to consider here. Curtis Granderson can steal some bases. He could definitely pinch run for Freehan. And then we've got Mickey Tettleton as the catcher to replace him.
I think you do it.
Trammell's a fantastic bunter. We could go with that, too. And this is OPS against lefties. Who's up?
I just have seen so many bunts that, where the guy gets thrown out of the second. So, yeah. I mean, if you do it, I think you have to have Granderson in there.
Granderson and Tettleton are both better hitters against lefties than Gehringer, who's up next. So we could feasibly run Granderson for Freehan, bunt with Trammell, and then pinch hit. Who's my other guy?
Tettleton.
And then when we come back, we would need Whitaker to come in for Granderson to play second. That all works. But Tino,
what do you think?
It's a Tino show. I want to make sure he knows he has.
I feel like we're in a business doing like a presentation in front of the CEO. Like, what do you think? So here's what we do.
Feels like I should have a PowerPoint here somehow.
Oh man, there we go. Well,
all right.
We're overthinking it, but
I've never been accused of overthinking.
You're right. But most people from Bend, Oregon don't get that accusation.
We don't go real deep, right? the Deschutes River ain't real deep.
We're just mountain folk.
Right? We are simple small town bird lawyers. But credit to Jim Cornette on that. Okay, so Granderson is in for Freehon. Trammell's bunting. That's step one. I know Granderson at 69% has Brent's trigger finger itching.
I'm not taking the ball for this one.
But we're doing the sacrifice bunt here.
All right.
Giving it. Oh, look at this.
He bobbled it. It was in center. Oh, he didn't advance, though.
He didn't advance. Simmons must have been playing shallow. But now we got first and second, nobody out. With Tettleton's got to come into the game anyway because we just took our catcher out.
Yeah.
And he hits better than Gehringer. So this makes sense. Our fiendish plan. I'm not used to them working.
I know what's going on here.
Holy smokes. So here comes Mickey Tettleton, Fruit Loops.
This is when you get nervous. It's like, okay, what didn't I consider? Why is this working? Like
Tettleton.
James has a really good point. I think, I'm not sure if it does. I know it doesn't have it for a specific season. And every year for us is like a season unto itself. So historically, we don't know. And given that manipulator that happens every year, it's kind of unfair to be like, oh, he's always struggled against Maddox when maybe he had that restrictor on him a couple of years in a row. So good question, though, obviously. Okay, so first and second for Fruit Loops.
Did we get it? Good.
No.
Oh.
Jose with the letter. A 47% chance to send Granderson to third. There ain't no way.
No.
Granderson to third. No. It was going so well, but still only one out, right?
We got Ty Cobb. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not touching this. Tino.
I think you let him slap away here, don't you?
Probably. But for you fans out there, Tino has been with us since season 1. Beating the Tigers drum. Tiger fan number 1. Knows his baseball and has been very much correct on the Ty Cobb bandwagon that Cobb has not had a single season in Eternal Baseball that's been representative of his actual talent. So we are not making fun of him, and we are not giving him more credit than he's due because he's an OG. And he says, dun, 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 dun,
all right.
Not a hit.
Ta-da.
Right. Let's see it, Tyrus. It's a dribbler.
Oh, that's true. Oh no.
They get 1. Oh, now you're going to like this. Because with 2 outs, you can pull the double steal if you want. The old go for second, go for home.
I'm not touching that one.
If you do, I've played a lot of games on this. If you do it as a delay, the guy from third almost never goes home. But the guy taking second is almost always safe. So look, you got the double steal. You got the straight steal of home if you want.
I'm too nervous. I'm just going to walk away for a bit.
Right? You and I want nothing to do with this. Hank Greenberg can hit away. He is 0 for 3, though.
I don't know. It'd be hard to take the bat out of Greenberg's hand.
Yeah, but I think if you my guess about 80% of the time, if you do the delayed double steal, you'll end up with second and third in Greenberg. Yeah, Rob knows what's up. He's been bit by the bullpen. Yep. But we're waiting for the word from the manager. This is like the guys waiting for what should be challenged or not, right? The managers who are always like, "Hang on,
he's on the. You're right.
Tino, what are we doing here? We swing it away with Greenberg. Delayed steal to set it up.
Oh, I like it.
Let's be very clear. Is that a straight steal a second or a delayed steal, or they both just go? Because both just go is really aggressive, and I don't want to get this wrong.
Man, I feel bad for the Bo Sox Yankees. They're not gonna be able to.
It's gonna be a late night.
Lead up to this game.
Yeah, I said we'd get 2 games in an hour. Ooh.
Delay. All right, here we go.
So steal, second home delay. Do it. He's off.
Oh. Who'd he throw to?
He got caught.
Oh no! Oh no! That's all right. We got one more inning. We get the heart of our order up there,
dude. That's awful. And I talked him into it. All right, here's Jose. Oh, we're missing a second baseman and a catcher. Okay, so
darn it.
That was stung. So OPS.
That's right. We get the top of our order up.
Right. Okay, flip it around here. Wait a minute. I'm doing this all wrong. Here we go. So we've got him where we want. We just need Tettleton catching, and then we're putting Whitaker in for Granderson to play second base. There we go. Now we're good. Here's Mr. Hiller. Yeah.
Mickey's due for a bomb.
I'm not sure that's a sad enough emoji, right?
Yes,
but yeah, and James is dead on. There is a theme going on here. The computer hates us. But that's never changed. Here's Al Simmons. Oh, right in the ear.
Wow.
You see how far back he was standing too?
I was gonna say.
How you gonna hit Reggie?
That's like on deck circle.
Yeah, if you hit Reggie out that far out, you can't be like, "Hey man, sorry."
Sorry that.
So one down. Here's Reggie Jackson.
Sorry, man. My hands were a little sweaty.
Sitting down, right? They're checking for the rosin, man. I don't have a good grip anymore. Here's Miguel Tejada. You got a little, but Ty Cobb doesn't look worried. There you go. Right? and when it happens, Cobb's like, that's right.
Yes, that's good.
That's
good fundamental baseball.
All right, so here we are. We got top of the order, 1, 2, 3. Now, just to be fair, not that Lefty Grove isn't dealing, and he's got 40 pitches left. But if you're Oakland and you got this guy in the pen, you probably better have the act ready, just in case.
Yeah, that seems fair.
So there we go. We'll give control back to Oakland. All right. Here's Hank Greenberg. Down 2-1, bottom of the 9th. Floater to short. It's Rudy York time.
Come on, Rudy. Oh, there you
go. Floater to Tejada. Norm Cash, who homered earlier tonight, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th against Lefty Grove. It's a tapper. Jimmy Fox to first. And it's a heartbreaker.
The final
Sorry, Tino.
Park, Oakland 2, Detroit 1. Lefty Grove picks up the win. Justin Verlander picks up the
3-hitter.
Come
on.
Home run
you can see it right here, man.
Season.
Get that plus stuff going.
Number 1. Time of the game, 2 hours, 47 minutes.
It does make me feel like we should have started Hiller with two no-hit innings and 3 strikeouts. Oof.
Verlander pitched well, man. Like he
really
can't really.
did
he have 10 Ks?
Yeah, 4 walks are a little high, but
yeah.
But Tino's dead on, right? How come they didn't show the replay on that home run? Yeah, that's a good point. I think Cobb was in there at second too, and he did too, very, very confidently. So again, we'll have this box score up tomorrow. But if you're a loyal follower and watching the podcast, you know what happened tonight. And that means Oakland moves on to the ALCS, which is the best of 7. and they will play the winner of our next game, which we're going to have to get through fast because, boy, we're way behind the schedule here. It is Yankees Red Sox Game 5, which has not that last game was fantastic, but there wasn't any venom in it, right? They had to hit a guy in the on deck circle before the blood started boiling a little bit, but there's plenty here. So again, this will probably tell us, hey, you got to change the date. Let's see. Yep. So to appease the computer, we'll change it and change it back.
I'll be right back while you do the lineup here.
All right, I'll get this rolling. Let's get Boston and New York. Good to see Dave. And we've got Boston and New York. Here we go. All right, so let me get a drink here from my Derek Jeter cup. Okay. So the pitchers. It's Ace Roger. Well, Ace is both ways. Roger Clemens for Boston and Spud Chandler for the Yankees. For the Yankees, they'll be facing a right-hander. They're much better against right-handers, so that's something to watch because Ruth has struggled 2 straight years against lefties. Weird. But OPS against righties, 1,079. No trouble. That puts Gehrig, who has been cold at first. Ruth probably DHs. Judge has their best on base. No, that's against lefties. DiMaggio's on base is pretty damn good. 382. So is Jeter's, though. But I think it's DiMaggio leading off. Again, sound off. If you want this swapped up, Judge in the middle, he'll play right. Here we go. It's always Luke.
Calvis screw all the other.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll get him in there. How about Tom Bolton? We'll get him in.
Bob Stanley.
Yeah, Bob Stanley. Here's Bill Dickey. Lazari, I usually bump up ahead of O'Neill just to not put 3 lefties in a row. Lazari plays third because A-Rod and Greg Nettles have both been awful this year. O'Neill is eligible for left, even though it's weird to see him in left. Jeter plays short, obviously. I could play A-Rod there. A-Rod actually rated better defensively at short, but his glove weirdly doesn't play. Hasn't in 4 years of maternal baseball. And then Joe Flash Gordon at second base. An underrated Yankee.
That team, man.
Right?
Without Mantle.
Yeah. Mantle hurt, Maris on the bench, Munson inactive, Berra inactive because he's had a rotten year. The Yankees are ridiculous.
Their minor league squad is outstanding.
And that's why everyone hates them. So, and their fans largely. I get it. But for
welcome,
Boston,
Dave and Munchkin. Yeah, it is Lou Gehrig Day, huh?
Absolutely, right? So Ted Williams cleans up. That means David Ortiz hits second. We'll see if Ortiz's 2 rating actually gets to play the field. For righties, it's Boggs actually has the incredible on
2 rating. So you basically just did anything in the dirt you just never picked, right?
Yeah, just fall on it. So the trick here is we can play Manning in the outfield, and that would let us play Mo Vaughn at first. Vaughn is considered league average of 5. It lets us DH David Ortiz, but that means Jim Rice doesn't play. So, but Manny and Mo both have better OPS, slightly, 840 and 863. It just means we're going to have better defense at first and weaker defense in right. Now, if you had to make a pick, I'd rather have a guy who isn't a butcher at first base.
Okay.
So I would argue Manny in right field and Mo Vaughn hitting 5th at first base and Ortiz DH. If anybody's got a big problem with that and wants to make an argument for Jim Rice, let's hear it. Sun Devil, Dustin Pedroia coming up. And then Jason Varitek catching. Carl Yastrzemski qualifies as a pretty bad center fielder. Well, a 4 out of 10. But that's where he goes. And then Nomar plays short. So, just to make sure nobody thinks I'm intentionally trying to sink the Red Sox.
That looks legit.
Looks pretty good. We'll have Rice as a bat off the bench. Mookie Betts, maybe for a late steal or a defensive replacement. Mookie murders left-handers and plays center field against lefties. And I have had some people go, you can't have Mookie in center. Come on. You mean to tell me if Jackie Bradley hadn't been a Red Sox that Mookie Betts wouldn't have been in center field?
Oh, every day, all day.
Come on. If not second base or shortstop or catcher if he wants, right? Like he's a show unto himself. Rob says just mess it all up. We'll go with Stanley and Dorr, and not that these guys are bad players, right? Bogarts.
The Stanley battery.
Right. Ugh. All right, so here we go. We're ready for baseball. We're running late. Let's go.
Pitching for New York, number 21, Spot Chandler.
I saw that Yogi quote where he and Spawn were on the Mets at the end of their careers.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know if we're the oldest battery, but we're certainly the ugliest of all time.
There you go. All right, so here we go. We're going to fly. It's Chandler. Oh, hold on. I got to give control. Now, I am a Yankee fan. We've been clear about that, but we almost always play as low. So that's why we're controlling the Yankees here. But like we did with Oakland when we got Eck up in the pen because it made baseball sense, we won't be shy about helping Boston out when they need it. And if you think we're doing a bad job or being biased, let us know in the comments.
That's fair.
And tell all your friends.
Write us a letter.
Yeah.
We'll give you our P.O. box.
Get out there on social media and go, this is the worst podcast I've ever seen. Put a link up. Like, subscribe. That's what we're looking for.
Any constructive criticism has to include some SEO.
Yep. Hey, Wade Bob's
designated hitter, number 34, David Ortiz.
Man, this guy terrifies me. Always did.
Ball 4.
Why couldn't Minnesota have kept David Ortiz? That would have been just fine
right fielder,
with me.
Manny Ramirez.
2 on, nobody out. Manny Ramirez.
We're going to get someone up soon.
Right? It's game 5. Oh, it looks like he's under that, though. Nice and easy.
Is he tagging?
No, it's Wade Boggs. I mean, it is prime, but still.
Williams.
And no worries here, right? Hearts don't beat faster with Ted Williams coming
Ted Williams. Jeez, these lineups.
Oh, he got a lot of that. Judge looks like he likes it, though.
All right.
Okay.
Got a tag on this one.
Come on, Wade. He wants no part of the Aaron Judge.
First baseman, Emma.
I was helping out at a school play this weekend in the elementary school room for the backstage kids when they weren't on stage being lambs and sporks and rose petals. And all the kids left at one point, and there was only a second grader left. Good kid. And I was wearing my stealth Yankee hat, all black with a black Yankee logo, right? So you really got to look, because I know I'm behind enemy territory. I live in Rhode Island. And he came over, and he was happy to see me because I was a sub teacher for his class earlier in the year. And he went, Mr. Weber. And he came over with a big smile, gave me a high five, and he went, oh, the Yankees. And I'm like, I know. But I'm from New York originally, grew up in Oregon. You got to pick teams if you grow up in Oregon. And he said, dude, it's Red Sox all the way. I can't stand the Yankees. And I'm like, who's not to like on the Yankees? And this kid, this second grader, looked me dead in the eye and goes, oh, that Aaron Judge. That's so good.
That never do well.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? He doesn't hot dog it.
It's like, well, yeah, why? What have you heard, kid?
Yeah, holy smokes! Like,
spill the beans,
right? He's like, that guy. He just, and I'm like, there's no.
Yeah, I got stories for you, Mr. Weber.
I was like, there's no end to your sentences here. You're just like that guy. ... Oh, he just ... I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting. All right, here's Mo Vaughn, who was an absolute terror for Boston. They just knew when to let him go, right? Because it was never very good for Mo outside of Boston.
Strike 3.
Oh, got him.
Pitching for Boston.
Should have played Jim.
Number 21, Roger Clemens.
Man, Munchie's got a good point. So I remember I was living. I think I just moved to Utah. And when they made this grand announcement on the news that Western Union had stopped doing telegraphs.
What?
And I was like, man, are you kidding me? I could have been sending telegraphs to all my friends. Like that would have been amazing. Like how did I not know that was still a service? I just assumed that it phased out in the 70s, right?
That's like Domino's not doing pizza anymore, right?
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what? That was available? Like, why wasn't this an advertising campaign? Like a year before they nixed it. Like I would have spent hundreds of dollars sending telegrams.
It would have been like, hey, Rab, stop.
Yeah, stop. Right?
What's up? Stop.
Yo, bro, go jump in the lake. Stop.
Yeah, the guy would be like, how do I spell Nitram Nitsky Sidar? Like, never mind. Never mind. Stop.
Never mind.
All right, here's Joe DiMaggio. Joe D. Looks like a single to right.
Anyway, long story short, Western Union left a couple mil on the table by not letting people know they had that service.
Here's Lou Gehrig, Iron Horse. Oh, here we go. It's a triple. Has to be. He hit it right at Manning.
Oh.
A 53% chance to send DiMaggio to third. That's a no.
Just the embarrassment of getting gunned out by Ramirez would be too much.
Number 99. Aaron
How confused do you think is Manny in right field right now? Just be like, holy hell. Where's that big green wall? You're in New York, man. You'll be all right. So here's that dirt bag ne'er-do-well, Aaron Judge, ready to ruin a second grader's day. Yeah. Oh, no,
he's got it right.
Yeah. DiMaggio thinking about it though. 57%. That's a big no.
I was gonna say I'm not making any decisions this game.
No, we're not sending it. What was the
designated hitter? Number 3.
Did they sing about telegrams?
I don't remember.
I'm not familiar with their catalog.
Right. Here's Babe Ruth against Roger Clemens. That's pretty awesome. One down, game 5. It's a tapper to Nomad.
Oh, they turned it?
Oh, it looks like Lou Gehrig hit him with a back body drop at second base.
Ruth got down the line pretty good.
Not bad, right? So Ruth and DiMaggio on the corners for Bill Dickey. You got some of that, but Yaz isn't even moving. So, and we go to the top second.
Number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
Oh, Pedroia. Okay. Sun Devil. With a double.
Oh,
catcher.
Legs it out.
Number 33, Jason Varitek.
The captain. You can tell because he's got a big C on his jersey. What a waste that was. Nothing wrong with Varitek.
Fielder,
but
Carl.
Oh, I didn't know. So they did have a song, Western Union. I'm not familiar with.
I didn't know that. Hey, Jason, we want to make you the captain this season. Cool. We're going to put a big red C on your uniform. Ooh. Like they do in hockey. Like they do in hockey.
There's definitely sort of an irrational hatred. That C, it's coming from the Yankees fans.
Like you wear the C so people know you're the captain. You're like, yeah, you see the problem with that? I do, but cool. Here's Nomar with a tapper. Jeter comes and his subpar defense come up with it.
Third baseman.
And we're out of the
6. You do a jump throw?
You probably off the second base bag for no reason. Here's Tony Lazzeri.
Whoa.
A good bunter. We'll have to think about that later on.
At first, I thought your mouse was the ball. I was like, wow, that's a really
that's a good trick.
That's really outside. You kind of dragged it straight out. Yeah, there you go. I was like, oh, man, that was a really poor pitch.
Right in the ear. Right. Here's Paulie Baseball. Tapping to the laser shot.
Man, these games, low scoring.
Yeah, you
Aces are coming through.
We'd be moving faster.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
He's Derek Jeter. He got quite a bit, but Yaz seems unconcerned. Look at Yaz flashing the center field defense. Who knew? Wade Boggs. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
You know, if they win, Boggs is going to get on a horse and ride around the whole stadium. And Red Sox fans are going to go, that was awesome. Here's Poppy, with a tapper, and he's slow. Gordon to Jeter to Gehrig. Out of here. Here's Manny Ramirez. Maybe the worst nickname ever, Man Ram. No, I'm not going with Man Ram. I'm sorry. He's walking though.
I don't remember. Was there an episode with Box's pants?
Oh, it was from Cheers.
Yeah.
They had lost another showdown with Gary's Old Town Tavern, and they were all just languishing around, feeling sorry for themselves. And Wade Boggs came in and was like, "Hey, can I get a beer or whatever? Or who's got a beer for Wade Boggs or something like that?" And they're like, "Yeah, whatever, Wade Boggs." And then I remember they were turning on him. It was getting kind of nasty, and he goes to leave, and Carla, the soul of conscience, just screams, "Let's paint his butt blue and put him on a bus." And they chase him out, and they come back with his pants. They fish out his wallet and go, "Let's see who this guy was." The license here says Wade Boggs. Okay. Here's a picture of him with Jim Rice and their kids.
So it was a prank war. Okay, that makes sense. So they thought they were being pranked?
They were all bummed.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
There, and then Carla goes, "You know what, guys? We have the great Wade Boggs pants." It's that or nothing. Fair enough. Okay, here's Ted Williams. I'm not worried.
Oh
boy. You know what? I'll take it. I'm never mad when you walk, unless you're walking in a run. And even then, you walk Ted or Willie Mays, I'm good with it, right? Here's Mo with a tapper to Joe Gordon, to Jeter. Ted Williams hit him with a bat.
Baseman,
no, it's 2 outs.
Joe Gordon.
Here's Joe Gordon. Good bunter, but it's early. Oh, maybe we should have bunted. Joe DiMaggio. Sitting down.
Man.
Lou Gehrig.
Settling in.
Ted's on that. Oh, it's close. Ted with the catch. Laser show. With a web gem. Like Joe Gordon knows what a web gem is, but good for him. You'll be on Sports Center tonight, Flash.
What now? Okay.
Right. Here's Verite. Tapping out. Gehrig to Chandler. And here's Yaz. Spelled correctly. Obviously I'm no Boston fan, but I want Yaz's grandson to play for Boston so bad, right? Just make it happen. You don't really need him, San Francisco, so make that happen.
Yeah, even just as a bench bat, right?
Absolutely. God knows that the Red Sox fans deserve a bone from their front office after the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
The best thing they did was let Bogarts walk. Well, and they re-signed Devers. I'll give them that. But here's Aaron Judge sitting down. And the Bambino sitting down.
Yes, Clemens is in a groove right now.
It's rolling. Here's Bill Dickey. Right up the middle. We got a base runner. Dickey's not much of a threat, 51%. So Tony, or nicknamed Push Him Up Tony Lazzari. He got a lot of that.
Oh.
Ted Williams. Can't be stopped.
Darn it.
Here's Nomad. Sitting down. Wade Boggs. Yeah, Wade Boggs was an absolute force in his day. But singles and walks, mainly. Here's David Ortiz. Little C&I single to right.
Who did they get for Sale?
Boggs takes third.
Wow, Boggs.
They traded Sale for Vaughn Grissom. And I only know that for the Braves. I only know that because Vaughn Grissom has been trash for my fantasy team for 2 years straight. Hate that guy. I think I even let him go and then got him back.
Those are the worst players, right?
Yeah, dude,
they have one 2-hit game. We're like, okay, get back. Come back.
It's my 3-year hate affair.
I can't stay mad at you.
Dude, 3 years in a row, I've had Byron Buxton, and there will not be a fourth. Let me tell you. If anybody wants Byron Buxton, let me know.
Oh man, that's
you can hurt your team.
It's so much talent too, man.
Right? Can you? I can only imagine what the Twins feel like if that's what I feel like. Whoa, hot dog. I'll be honest with you, I could go for a hot dog right now. But here's Manny Ramirez. Maybe he was making a comment about Manny.
Oh, they're on the board.
Center and Wade Boggs. A poor play by Jeter. How you like that?
A-Rod right now.
Right now. So with 1 out, runners on first and second, Boston with a 1-0 lead. And here's Ted Williams.
Ball 4.
Walking.
Take your base.
All right, Chandler.
All right, you got to get a bullpen out, huh?
Yep. So actually, hang on. Let me see who's coming up.
Sparky
Vaughn
Lyle.
now, righty switch, lefty. Yeah, it might be Lyle because he'll be able to come in quickest. So we'll get Lyle going and get
Goose.
Goose hasn't been that good. Might be shocking in case we need a long guy.
All right.
So there we go. Lefty, righty. 1 out, bases loaded, Sox up 1-0. Here's Spud Chandler to Mo Vaughn. Dickey's like, dude. Vaughn down the line. 1 run is in.
Are they sending him?
Will Manny go? He will not.
Wow. Okay.
So Pedroia's up. It's the 5th inning, but it's do or die.
Shocking. They're thinking.
Hey, you know what, Rob? Rob already put it in. Sparky. Now maybe that was for who we get ready. Rob, I'm going to visit the bullpen or visit the mound. Chandler's very strong, but it's 2-0 in an elimination game. Lyle is ready. Shockey is ready. Rob, you're a Yankee fan too. I know that. Why don't you make this call? Sparky Lyle, Bob Shockey. Switch hitter next, lefty after that. Pedroia is notably better against lefties. So
how old is Byron Buxton right now? Is he
72?
not his knees, but
no, they used a cadaver ligament in his knee, but the cadaver was 72 years old. So I don't know how old Buxton is. Rob wants no part of this. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, we're not waiting. It's Sparky Lyle time.
All right.
Pitching for New York.
Look at the mustache.
Number 28.
Outstanding.
Sparky Lyle.
And how aggressive
looks like
he is.
Bryce Miller, man.
He looks like he's wearing looks like he's wearing a Red Sox undershirt just to cover the bases, right? I'm not sure I'm cool with that, but Lyle versus Pedroia, bases loaded, 1 out.
Oh, that's a run.
He got way under that. Come on,
welcome,
Joe.
Cameron.
All right, here we go. We got an 8% chance if we throw home. There'd probably be a chance to cut this throw. So I think you gotta unleash it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no chance. And Manny is safe. Sox go up 3-0. Oh, Lyle got an out though, so we'll see how he does against Jason Varitek. Sitting him down. All right. So that's a bigger hole than it appears. 3-0 down to Roger Clemens in his prime.
He's slinging right now.
Here's Paul O'Neill. Man, he's under that. I don't know why the crowd was so nuts. Here's Jeter, who's a good bunter. What do you think?
Dude,
You want no part of this. All right, fine.
Is he? If you want to, yeah. I mean, this would be the time to do it, right?
Yeah, let's surprise him. Let's see. What's up? We're not getting any hits. Varitek. All over it. Now we got 2 down for Joe Gordon. Also a good bunter, but we saw how that worked. A pop-up. Sky high.
Very
though.
forgettable.
Maybe it'll hit a catwalk. Here we go.
Great little.
Absolutely. All right, so here's Yaz. I got no problem with Sparky Lyle. I mean, it did go a long way, but it was a sac fly. Wasn't his fault. Here's Nomar. Lining out. Shockey's still ready, but I don't mind that. Wade Boggs with a tapper.
Oh, I actually got Boggs out.
Yep. They got Papelbon, so All right, so here we go again. Clemens DiMaggio. It's bottom of the 6th. The Yankees down 3-0.
There we go.
DiMaggio
Shoot.
lining out the Mo. Here's the Iron Horse.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. And Aaron Judge. That I was going to say a bad word from my second grade friend. But Ted Williams cannot be stopped with his 4 out of 10 defense in left field.
Aaron Judge.
Hate that guy. Oh, so full of himself. Here's David Ortiz. One of my favorite bits. This is almost unrelated, but I was thinking about how unlikable Aaron Judge is. That at one point, a young Deion Sanders came to the plate for the Yankees, and he'd like to draw a money sign in the dirt before he took his at-bats. And he tried that against Chicago, and Carlton Fisk punched him. They just started brawling. I'm like, that's awesome. This would have been like 88, right? So Fisk is almost done. And here comes Deion with his jewelry, I'm sure. And I could just see him sitting there going, this guy. And then he draws a dollar sign, and he's just like, that's it.
Just saw red. Just
on. So good. Oh, Manny walking. That'll help.
In the off season, we should, those they're like TikTok videos where it's just somebody watching other videos and commenting on it.
Right.
That should just be us watching like some of those old baseball vids.
Dude, we could do a little baseball science theater 3000. That'd be
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. That'd be fun.
This week we watched The Sandlot. All right. Next week, The Sandlot 2. No. Not doing that. All right, Ted Williams. Gordon to Jeter to Gehrig. Very nice. 2 turned.
There you go.
Because now watch this. This is like when you get a late penalty in a period in hockey, because you know you're going to get most of the power play on that clean ice after the period break, right? So this strategic playing of take me out to the ball game has allowed Babe Ruth to eat 3 more hot dogs and a whole tray of lasagna. He is so ready for this at bat.
Baseball Science Theater, Mr. 3000. There you go.
We're all over that.
Trademark.
Some of Bernie Mac's best work, let me tell you. Was at a house party, actually. But here's Babe Ruth and Roger Clemens. Ruth.
Well.
Now we pinch run.
Take the base.
58%, Roto. 58.
Dude, if this is regular season.
It's over.
Man, it'd be the biggest green light.
I just want to see him Kamala Nomar at second base. That'd be awesome. But here's Bill Dickey.
Yeah, Ruth must just get the worst jumps.
Clemens is throwing over. It's not tonight, old man. Not tonight. Bill Dickey. Here we go. Tony Lazzari. Now, bottom of the 7th, I'm just doing my what we call due diligence. Yeah, there's nobody to pinch hit. All our best hitters are up at the top. Now, if we're desperate for power, there's Roger Maris, but he actually didn't have that good a year. Randolph gives us a little speed. A-Rod gives us a prayer, but he had a bad year. And Posada doesn't give us much of anything. So,
do we need to get someone up in the Bo Sox pen, or is it too early?
Boston's bullpen is not very good other than Papelbon, but let's take a look. Human. So over here, we got in their pen. So Papelbon's great. And Luis Tiant Tiant's been good, but only in 8 innings. He came up late in the season, really hasn't thrown very much. Beyond that, they have Tom Bergmeyer, who's good against lefties, and Dick Raditz, who's okay, about the same against righties.
Yeah.
So they have a couple guys, but the only real hammer for sure is Papelbon. So Rogers got 44 pitches left in him. I think he's all right, but let's see.
Yeah, I think you roll with him probably at least for another inning.
I think because we're headed to the bottom of the lineup, he's probably okay, but we'll see. It depends on what Tony does right here. Oh, I'm controlling both. I better fix that. Oh, James says get Tiant ready. Okay. I'm not sure what just happened there. It was very funky.
It's a foul?
Hard grounder to Vaughn at first. Okay. Steps on first for one, throws to second, safe. And Ruth goes to third.
All right.
So based on James's suggestion, we'll get Tiant warming up. It'll take him a little while because usually a starter. And then we will give control back to Boston. There you go.
All right. There we
Remember,
go.
when I controlled Boston for that at bat, all I did was click, hit, and pitch. No conspiracy theories out there. And Tiant, that's all James. All right, fine. So here's Paul O'Neill. One down, runners on second and third, no pressure.
Ball four.
He walks. Bringing up Derek Jeter.
Oh, man.
If you don't know how to spell that, that's Jeter.
It's like having a psychedelic experience looking at that cup, man.
Let me get the Rally Cup going.
The Rally Cup.
All right.
That'd be awesome if there's some rando that just came up behind you and took the cup.
Right. Hey, give that back. All right, DJ. One down, bases loaded.
Strike three.
Oh, man. Dude, this
Joe Gordon.
Here we go. This is a huge at bat.
Big time right here. Oh, it's going to get through. One run is in. Dickey's not real fast, but an 86% chance to be safe. But next guy up is DiMaggio.
Oh, man. What do you think? I would stand him, but
Robbie Rosari should
put it on him.
Let us know. Are we sending Dickey home down 3-1 with 2 outs in the 7th?
Oh, he did it. Send him. There it is.
Rob.
I love it.
He's got the stones that we don't. Send him. All right, send Dickey home. Yes. Run, Bill, run. O'Neill the third, not a chance. He's out.
Oh, no.
Oh,
what? Yes, coming through.
Total crusher.
What just happened?
Yaz has caught everything and just got Dickey.
You can just see him like doing like one of those like full out sellout throws where he goes prone.
Or does the flip. I love it.
Yeah, flip. There you go. Man.
And what do you think DiMaggio looks like in the audience? Holy. All right, so we still got Sparky, but only for 17 more pitches, so it could be Shockey time.
I always pictured DiMaggio as being one of those guys who really muttered under their breath really well, right?
Yeah. I don't know this for sure, but I get the feeling that DiMaggio might not have been the best teammate, right? Just saying. But
grow up, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. I'll tell you couldn't tell that Yaz has been watching those Tobomansky videos. Because that throw was right into that blue garbage can.
There you go. Yeah.
Good for him. All right. So we still got Sparky, but this might be his last batter.
I wonder if that full instructional video is on YouTube right now. The full Tobomansky.
I bet you Mansky brings it down whenever it gets posted. There's the copyright strike. But no.
Yes. I mean, he's got a whole team in Asia that just monitor for the even slight little clips of it.
Just bring it on down. Here's Almova. He got quite a bit of that, but Aaron's not worried.
I just want to run my son through that instructional video one time.
Absolutely. All right, so with righties coming up and people who hate lefties, Sparky Lyle, you were very good, but it is Bob Shockey time. Who, if you don't know, Bob Shockey was a 20-game winner for the Yankees this year. Very, very
pitching
good.
For New York, Bob Shockey.
And he looks like the substitute gym teacher, right?
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's here. So, ladies show, sitting down. Veritek. Walking.
Gotta watch this guy.
Yeah. Here's Yaz, who's been breaking hearts all day. Throw down to first. Ooh. Snap throw to first by Dickey. Veritek is back safe. Yaz goes foul down the line. Judge gets chased. Dives into the crowd. Murders 4 people. But does not make the catch. No wonder that kid didn't like Judge. Here's Yaz to center. DiMaggio's on.
He murdered his family.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, that was it, right?
I stayed home with my grandma.
That's why
my family never made it home.
That's why he was alone in the kids' room. Yeah. All right, here's Joe D. Joe D just seething now as he comes up with nobody on the plate. Tiant ready to come in if needed. Rogers got 30 pitches left in that right arm.
Sorry, brother, it froze.
Oh, okay. Well, Clemens walked DiMaggio. And now,
sorry, man, it froze. I lost you for like 10 seconds there.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Right.
Sorry, or maybe I froze. I don't know.
So DiMaggio walked, and here's Gehrig. Tiant is ready. Should they go to him? But right now, oh, and you know what? Babe Ruth is dreadful against left-handers. Has been for 2 straight seasons. And Boston has one good lefty in their pen. So seeing Ruth 2 batters down, they are absolutely going to get Tom Bergmeyer up.
All right.
Because in internal baseball, you can just pitch to one guy. Because it doesn't take us long to change pitchers like Major League Baseball. So here's Clemens and Gehrig. Nobody out. Oh, hang on. I got to give control back to Boss. There we go. Okay. Do it. It's a wild pitch or a pass ball. DiMaggio takes second.
Man.
So it's a wild pitch. 1-2 count to Lou Gehrig. He lines it to Nomar. DiMaggio gets back. 1 down. Here's Aaron Judge. Likely Roger Clemens' last bat. Sits it down, though, in style.
Man.
Now, Clemens has only got 12 pitches left. Ruth is much, I'll show you the numbers here. Bat, OPS against lefties. Ruth is 639 against lefties. But against righties, he's 1,079. So there's no doubt.
I don't think anyone will begrudge you that one.
It's got to be Bergmeyer. Preferences. We'll take over Boston. Here comes lefty.
Pitching for Boston.
Especially with 2 down.
Bergmeyer.
Yeah, right. Clemens only had 12 pitches left. It absolutely bears out. Pitch and hit. And Ruth rolls over, taps it to second, and they're out of the inning. Here's Bob Shockey against Nomar. We're in the top of the 9th. Sox up 3-1. Nomar lines to third. I'm controlling both because I'm about to make a pitching change for Boston. Pitch and hit. Boggs sits down. Here's Poppy. I should have had a lefty up. I should have had Vergetti up for Ortiz's last at bat here, but it works. Bob Shockey doing yeoman's work. That's high in the air. Gehrig's under it, though. All right. So Bergmeyer's not going to pitch. Oh, you know what? Dickey's actually worse against left-handers than righties.
One more? You want to get Papelbon up?
Yes, we do. Absolutely. You know what? I should have done that already. That's what we'll do. We'll get Papelbon up now. We'll let Bergmeyer pitch to Dickey, and then we'll visit the mound, and that'll be enough time for Papelbon to come in. Totally makes sense. Pitch and hit. Oh, Dickey got a whole lot of that.
Ooh, is that off the wall? Oh, man, yes. It's
just,
jeez.
Man.
It's like having Willie Mays out there.
Right. Now, don't think that Red Sox fans are that thrilled about us going to Papelbon.
Brother Rob.
Right? Papelbon was brilliant in Boston.
Do we want to bridge? Do we want to bridge him with Tiant?
No.
I'm nervous, man.
You go to the closer.
Okay.
We've been bit enough by closers. It's about time somebody else got bit. But we'll keep Tiant up.
Number
Just
58.
Oh, we're host.
Yeah.
I mean the Red Sox, their host. We're going to pull this one out.
Unless we're going for straight home run power. Maris is the only thing we have on the bench that's interesting. So push him up, Tony, even though there's nobody on base. Papelbon, Tony Lazzeri lines out to third. And If you think I got an annoying face to represent Jonathan Papelbon on accident, you must be new here. So with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th, Yanks trail 3-1 at home.
Need a base runner. Come on.
Versus Paul O'Neill. It's
Ah.
over. And not only is that a win for the Boston Red Sox, but it ends the three-peat hopes of the 2-time defending champion New York Yankees. That means we will have a new Eternal Series champion, and it means it'll be an absolutely new champ because San Francisco won season 1, Yankees won the next 2. So it'll either be Cubs, Cardinals, Red Sox, or A's. Here's the
final score from Yankee Stadium: Boston 3, New York 1.
Roger double negative.
Double negative
is
stuff.
The loser.
He only gave up 4 hits.
Bergmeyer had bad
2
stuff.
hours.
Jeez.
3 minutes.
How did we score 1 run that game?
Because of the captain, Jason Varitek, calling the game of his life and framing. And
you didn't drink out of your cup enough, Mark. Come on.
I think Yaz is on the roids. That's what I think. Holy jeez. Center fielder Carly Yastrzemski should be the MVP, but they're giving it to Roger Clemens. So there you go. There's no joy in Mudville. The Yankees go down at home in Game 5. Red Sox advance to the ALCS. They'll play the A's in a best-of-7 starting on Tuesday. It'll also be Cubs Cardinals on Tuesday. Come on, that's a ridiculous matchup. So, and as Cameron Fletcher says, a go Cubs go. And as James ODB says, he'll pull for the A's. All right, fair enough. Well, as much as I root for my Yankees, some new blood in the Eternal Series is always a good thing. So we're looking forward to that. But first, we'll have a championship series. They start on Tuesday. And as the season's heating up and we're headed towards the Eternal Series and the championship series are raging, we're kicking Brent out. He'll be on assignment next week. So bitter Robbie Rosari with no Yankees to root for will be coming out of the pen to help me out next Sunday. But good games tonight. I'm glad we had good games.
Yeah, good pitching matchups.
Even though we busted bedtime like crazy. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. I hope you did enjoy the games tonight, the rare doubleheader. And again, if you like what you see here, how you can help us out is by liking, subscribing, sharing our videos. Yeah, here we go. Rob wants to manage. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that next week.
I like it.
But yeah, help us out. Share us around with your social media. You can find everything we do at eternalbaseball.com. We also have a pretty robust Facebook page and Instagram and a Twitter or X presence. So it's really not hard to get involved, and you can be as involved as you like. We had Tino calling the shots in a make or break game tonight. Yeah. So hop on board the Eternal Baseball bandwagon. We got room for you. And we hope you enjoyed the show. And Rob and I will see you next week for another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.
Thanks, everyone.